has really failed me. The internet has really failed me so bad. Now I cannot use my computer. Now I'm using my laptop. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. These things really make me feel so bad. If you pay for a service, you always think you're going to get the services that you really need. But it is very absurd that when I used the laptop, it failed me. Now I've changed. I'm using my phone, and using my phone is kind of a little bit tricky because I always want to use a computer. If I'm using a computer, it is way more easier for me to be reading your comments and seeing everything. But right now you can imagine I'm using my phone, and when I use my phone, that means in case someone calls me or something happens, then I get distracted. So you get. So I feel really bad that the internet has not really done me justice. That's why I always like using that's why I always like uh, using my computer. So now imagine I use the computer and things were not working. The internet failed me 2 times. So now I'm using my phone. And when I'm using my phone, in case someone calls me, then I have to pick up. And I felt like today is the day that I had prepared myself. I felt like I wanted to work. We have a chat for like 2 hours or 3 hours. Now, we are using my phone, but still again, I think it can also work. So I don't even need this. I use this when I'm using a computer. Now I think I should just put it that way. Let me just stop. I always have this computer here. If I can show you, this one acts as my monitor. Yeah, I use this one here to monitor to see if what I'm doing is really perfect, even to check out for the sound, if the sound is also good. I always see your messages on another computer. This is the one, there's another one here where you see your messages. So now, because I'm not using, my laptop, so now I'm going to get another one that where I'm going to be getting you. But really, it is not good. I don't know why service provision sometimes goes crazy when it comes to this side. You pay for a service, and at the time when you need it the most, then it fails you. But no worries. Still again, let's use this one here. I hope it will also still work properly. So anyway, this is Jose Andrew Anderson. I'm repeating again. Of course, this is the third time that we are doing this, but I think we are going to stick on this one here. When the battery goes down, then maybe we'll be stopping there. But anyway, for all the guys who are watching, and I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. So we wanted to talk about getting locked in, yeah? Getting locked in. Most of the people might not understand it, but being locked in is, that's what I was explaining. It's you getting your me time. I call it the me time, where you have to get time by yourself. And when you get that time by yourself, it helps you, discover yourself. It helps you discover yourself. Like when 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 this life is like a movie, basically, that's what I should say. This life is like a movie. So since it is like a movie, most of the people don't want to move out of that life, and then they observe themselves. You get the point. When you are in a movie, it is basically you in the movie. So you don't get time to observe you. So most of the time when you move out and you observe you, you will notice that most of the things maybe you've been taking serious are not basically serious. The things that you thought they were very important, you get to notice that they are not important. You get the point. Like you thought maybe you had a good relationship, maybe with your brothers or sisters, or you had a good relationship with your fiancé, or you thought, being in a relationship is the most important thing in your life. But now, after you moving out and looking at yourself, like when people die, like in the movies, when you die, now you look at yourself and you see what is going on around you, and you even look at your dead body. You get the point. So when you look at it and you see the environment and what other people are doing, then there you're observing. So that's why I say it is sometimes good for you to isolate. It is very good for you to move out of that movie, and then you also watch it. That's when you will notice that most of the things maybe you are taking to be important are not important. Me, as we were starting, I told you most of the people who have discovered things, most of the people who are rich, number one, they've had that time, the me alone, the isolation time when they are just alone. All the rich people, they get that time to think about their life and the things they've been doing. All the rich people, all the holy books, yeah, those so-called holy people, they all had that time when they isolated, maybe when they were praying, and then they started thinking about their lives. So when you come out and you observe yourself, you're going to be real to yourself. You're going to be real. You're going to observe yourself. And that's when you will notice that me, before, like even people who have discovered things in life, the people who discovered the bulbs, yeah, the bulbs that we use for light, they isolated. The people who discovered the traffic lights, they isolated, they locked in, and then they were like, what is it I can do different? Me, the first time before I went into a real lock-in, most of the times when I was really feeling maybe things are being so good or things are being so bad, I had my nice bed that I used to have, a very nice bed, yeah. But most of the times I could sleep on the carpet. Sleeping on the carpet, I wanted to remind myself that even when things are very okay, I want to remind myself that things can always change at any point. Yeah. So it is a reminder that even when everything is okay, things can still go wrong. So I wanted to be, that's why even in all the holy books, people fast. When they fast, they are basically trying to meditate about their lives. That's why people go ahead. Some of them do yoga, some of them do meditations, these things, and then they sit like this. There are very many things they do. But when you don't lock in, me, the first time I locked in, that's when I discovered that I was growing. I noticed I was growing and I had nothing to my name. I had totally nothing to my name, given the fact that I could wake up every day early morning to show up to work. Yes, I used to work. I could survive, I could eat, I could drink, I could do most of the things that other people do. But I notice, yes, I am working. But what is it that I've gotten in life? Truthfully, I had gotten nothing for 15 years. And my sister's kids, the ones who are even still in the belly, in the stomach, I had seen them now grow. Now they are they are in secondary. And I'm like, I've been doing the same job for all this long. But now, how did I start, thinking all about that? Because I had now locked in. I was now observing my life, and something is really wrong. When we are always occupied with a lot of sound, yeah, if this one is talking to you, you're going to clubs, you're always chilling out with your friends, you're basically very, very busy. You don't get that time to think about you and yourself and the people around you. When you isolate, when you lock in, you will notice that most of the things that you take as important are not basically important. I noticed that most of the things I used to think that is important, now I notice that's not important. You will notice that maybe you are in this relationship, you've been in this relationship and you've been pushing it, yeah? You're pushing it and you pushed it for 2 years. But because you're always with this person and you always hang out, basically there's always noise going on around you. So you don't have time to think. That's why in the Bible there are those people who fast. That's why in the holy books you'll find all these holy people that they used to get time for themselves. That thing, as small as it is, yeah, even the people who do witchcraft, yeah, their shrines are always somewhere. They are isolated. It is not by mistake. No, it is not by mistake. Each time you move out and then you observe your life and you're like, am I doing the right thing? Now you are the judge, you're the lawyer, you're the judge to yourself. Most of the times when we do something wrong, we get to know that whatever I'm doing, this is wrong. So if you don't get time to lock in or to isolate and think about your life and you yourself and you judge yourself, most of these people, because the more noise you have, they were talking about this guy, Elon Musk. Elon Musk, For them, they count them in beats. He doesn't tolerate noise. That's why, let me tell you, that's why if you go to slums, in slums, it is very hard for someone to be innovative in a slummy place. It is very hard for someone to be innovative, to think of something important when they are in a noisy place. You cannot innovate when you're in a slum. Then the people who we say that they stay in the uptown, those people who stay in estates and they are quiet, those are the people who think. Those are the people who have good ideas. They are the people who innovate because they don't have a lot of noise. That's why most of the rich people, they live in quiet places. It is not by mistake. They live in quiet places because they need time to think about themselves and what is going on in their lives. It is not by mistake that slums are very noisy. You know, when a place is very noisy, there is no way you're going to be innovative, to think of good ideas, or even to think about your life. That's why they say how the rich party, when the rich are going to go out to party to have a nice time, they go to what we call vacations. Yeah, they go to vacations. When they go to vacations, they go to quiet places. They will either be on water, whereby people are not making noise, they are away from people, and then they think about themselves and maybe the ideas that they are having. And now, when the poor want to party, they go to clubs. And the clubs are still again very noisy. So you get the point that now the people who are in noisy places, they cannot isolate, they cannot get locked in because they are people making noise. You cannot think when people are making noise. So that's why it is intentional that the rich people stay in estates, they stay in what we call the uptown, where the places are so quiet. They don't tolerate noise. So this is when I come in. The first time I noticed that there was something wrong with me and my life is when the first time I got locked in. Me, sometimes I always do it. Instead of sleeping in my bed and I'm comfortable, I sleep on the carpet. And then I thought about my life. I'm like, yes, I've been working for 15 years. Yes, I get salary. Yes, we pay all these things. I pay NSSF. Yes, all these things we pay. I pay even the taxes. But am I developing as a person? Now, that is the first time I got locked in. And I was now observant and thinking critical about those things. I noticed something was wrong. Fine, I was surviving, everything was okay, I'm paying rent, but something was really wrong. I was in the same circle. I was like, no, I have to get out of this circle. So it is very important that each time you isolate. When I isolated, I noticed that most of the people I thought that were my friends, yeah, most of the people. Now, I discover all these things not when I'm with my friends and maybe we are drinking, maybe we are having fun, and then we are watching movies and then having conversations and we are going to parties. No, because during that time you cannot think properly. That's why most of the people come up with ideas when they are in their beds at night. When you are a team and you're making noise, everything seems very fine. Let me say it is at school and then you went for a strike, and because you're very many of you, now you feel you're okay because you're having all these people. But now when you are in your bed alone, now things change. I've seen this one is called Asset Media UG, steps taken to isolate, bro. Yeah, I'm taking you through. So when you isolate, you will notice. Now, me, when I isolated, I noticed time was going and I had nothing to my name. I was doing totally nothing in my life, but I was working 15 years, working and being popular. People know me, but nothing I was doing. I was just surviving. I was just there. So now, when I got locked in, when I isolated, I noticed a lot of things that even the people that I thought were my friends, they were basically not my friends. What is that blinking? I don't like it. I noticed that most of these people that I thought were my friends, why is it doing that when I have even good light? Yeah. Why is it doing that? So all these people that I had and I thought that they were my friend, I noticed these people are not my friend. Why? Because now I was alone and I was thinking, and I'm like, I had this friend of mine, but each time I want something, he doesn't have. But most of the times, it is him who comes to me for help. I was like, no, something is not adding up. I was like, no, something is not adding up. Each time I need something, they don't give me. But each time they need something, I'm there for them. I was like, this is not adding up. This is not, those are not my friends. I discovered that in the period when I've isolated, when I'm alone, because now here, instead of me being in the movie and I'm among the actors, now vis-a-vis is true. Now I'm also among the people who are watching the movie. So I'm also watching myself and everything around me. And I'm noticing that no, something is wrong. Something is wrong. These people just didn't like me. I don't know, that thing which is blinking. I don't know. That thing which is blinking. Let me try to remove it. Let me reduce my light. I don't like that thing which is blinking. I don't really want it. We are going to continue, no worry. There was that thing blinking like, da, 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 I don't like it. So at the end of the day, when you isolate, that's when you see all these things, because now you're also among the viewers of this movie. You get, you're among the viewer, but now you're also not in them. You see, like in the movies, when people die, when they die and their ghost comes out of their body, they are observing everything. They see people who are crying. If it was an accident, they see the guy who has caused the accident. Now they are observing what is going on. So you have to do that with your life. It is very, very important. When you do that, when I did that, it forced me even to leave the people I love so much. It forced me to leave, to disconnect, okay, with my sisters, whom I love so much, because I noticed some of the things were not adding up. Remember, all those years I'm working, fine, I get paid, I'm surviving, but I'm not developing. I'm just surviving. That at that point, I noticed if I lost my job, yo, Titi, Titi, the dogs are making noise. So that is the time I noticed that what if I gave birth today? How, oh my goodness, these dogs are making noise. Sorry for the interruption. I'm really, really, really very sorry. Of course, I'm seeing some of your comments. Let me tell these dogs to stop. Please, sorry about this. Yo, titty. Ah, keep quiet. There are guys outside here and they are playing with the dogs. I don't really love it. I'm very sorry. Please, guys, forgive me. Okay, I'm seeing here Lamp. He's saying, thanks for the tips, brother. I will now try to isolate and make my life better. No, it has to be intentional, by the way. It has to be intentional. Let me tell you, me, I've seen these things work. Have you ever been there and you feel you're at the job and you feel you're getting paid and everything is fine? But when you sit back, when you're in your bed alone at night and you go through it and you're like, okay, I'm working, but I'm putting in a little bit more energy. But what is my pay? What if I lose this job? Me, that's when I started thinking about it. I was in isolation and I'm like, what if I lost my job today? Can I survive? I noticed I wouldn't survive. That is in isolation, Lamp. That is in isolation. So it is very important. Most of the people don't do that thing. And when you don't do it and you're always up to something is happening in your life, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that, you don't know what is going on in your life. You're basically an actor instead of also being among the people who watch. When I noticed that, I was like, now some things have to change. Some things have to change. The kids who are very young, now I'm seeing them grow up. They are growing up to also enter the industry, to also start looking for jobs. So there is a day, I keep talking about this day, I can never forget. There were the so-called celebrities in Uganda that I used to spend a lot of time with them. There were three of them. There was Bebe Cool, there was Mlangandaus, then there was Kasuku. Most of the time, I used to spend time with those people. I remember I spent 2 years minus doing nothing for myself. It's like if you get high every time, yeah, if you drink a lot, you don't get time to think about your life because you're always high and you're always tired. When you wake up, you're going out. When you go out, you party so hard, you come back, you sleep. When you sleep, maybe you wake up, go to work, immediately go back to party. You don't have time to think about your life. I notice most of the people, I'm telling you, most of the people whom I thought were my friend, I lost all of them. At this juncture that I'm talking to you, I don't have a friend who even checks on me like, yo, Anderson, what's up? How are you doing? But by then, I used to have like over at least 100 people call me every day. 100 people, you imagine it, 100 people calling me every day. But now, when I isolated and I noticed maybe these people are using me. Maybe they like me because there is something I can offer. All these artists that I used to have and they call me and they're calling me, brother, you're my brother. You know, we are going to do this, my brother. It was not because they were loving me. They were liking me because of what I could offer. I understood all those things when I isolated, when I got locked in. Let me tell you, and I'm telling you this genuinely, I swear upon the living God, yeah, I'm a born again Christian. You will not change your life unless you reach a point where you isolate. That's why most of the girls, even most of the men, when they reach the age of 35, or the girls reach 30, and they notice that they've been wasting a lot of their time doing nothing, and they now realize the opportunities they lost, the people they would have been with, but they didn't use the chance, they lose all of them. And now that regret thing starts to chip in. But now, why is it that they are getting it at that age? Because now at that age, most of the things have changed in their lives. Things have changed in a way that they are not partying like the way they used to. Like the things they thought were important are no longer important. For the people who stay like together, let me say you stay 5 girls, you stay 6 guys, you know, in the same house. You keep doing the same things today and tomorrow. You don't have time to think about your life. You don't have time where you are locked in. You don't have time where you isolate and you think about it. And you have to be intentional. I'm telling you, you have to be intentional. That's why most of the people, they use psychology when they tell us that you go to prayer mountain, you fast, you be in the room alone. It is psychology, I'm telling you. Because it is psychology, when you are alone, you become genuine to yourself. If I've been drinking really so much, I will notice it when I am alone and maybe I've been in that room. That's why when they take people in prisons, they isolate them in prison. They basically want you to come into your senses when you're not with anyone. You come into your senses. That's why when you go to a prison, they isolate you. They put you in a room alone. And when you're in that room alone, I'm telling you the truth. Everything you're going to be thinking about is going to be true. That's when you're going to realize that maybe you are a bad person. And that's when you reconcile with yourself. You see, in the Bible, it applies. In the holy books, it applies. All these holy people, they isolated at a given point. Jesus, when he was even going to be crucified, when he had his disciples, he isolated. Muhammad, at the given point, isolated. When they put you in the prison, they isolate you. When you're fasting and praying, they isolate you. When you're going, and then for the people, whether they are Catholic or Protestants who go and then, you know, they are praying to that guy to forgive them, they isolate. So that means isolation really works. It really works. All the people who have done good things in life, when you isolate, you notice a lot of things. Let me tell you, me, I used to think we have a lot of time. I used to think we have a lot of time. You know, we will wake up, even today is another day, even tomorrow is another day. But the day I isolated, I noticed we don't have a lot of time. That's why me, 10 years ago, if someone told me, let's do this, it will benefit us in 5 years, I wouldn't do it because I felt 5 years was too much. It was long time. Right now, if someone tells me to do something and it will benefit us in 10 years, I will do it. The reason why we changed this channel and now we are using English, and then we have the things we could do and we get faster. But now I'm doing things not to benefit now because I have grown, number one. Number two, I isolated for 3 years. And after isolating, I'm telling you facts. Before isolation, I had in my contacts, I think I'm in over 2,000 groups. Yeah, that's on WhatsApp. I'm in over 2,000 groups, you can imagine. I have over 4,500 and something contacts in my phone. But when I isolated, I noticed all these people really don't matter. When I isolated, I ended up being alone. And that's when I learned that thing that I keep saying. I always say that no one is coming to save us. No one is coming to save us. I got that thing when I isolated. If you think someone is going to come and help you in your problem, and maybe you will get a rich man, maybe you will get a rich wife, maybe some things will just work out like magic. When I isolated, remember, I could meet over at least not less than 500 people every day. I could talk to over 100 people every day. When I isolated, I noticed I didn't have anyone. I noticed, and ever since, because I isolated for 3 years. I swear upon the living God, I'm a born again Christian. When I isolated for 3 years, when I came out of isolation, and even now, by the way, I'm still in isolation, I'm still locked in. I discovered I didn't have any friend. I discovered no one can save me. I discovered that even when I'm in trouble, no one will save me if they don't have anything they benefit from me. I lost all these artists, all these people that I've always thought that they liked me. So that's when what we call the reality hit in. But how did the reality hit in? When I isolated. When you isolate, you think about your life and you cannot lie to yourself. You will be genuine to yourself. So most of the people are so occupied. You take it this way, just like how I told you. If you look at the poor people, yeah, it is a bad word to use, but it is a fact. Poor people stay in slums. Poor people go to clubs, and all those places I'm talking about, there is always a lot of noise. They party, they do house party, a lot of that. The more noise is there, the more the more you will not concentrate to think about something. The more you watch, you're scrolling on your phone, you will not get time to think that, man, now I don't have a job. What is it that I'm going to do to get a job? You won't think because there is vibrations happening. And of course, you cannot concentrate when there is a lot of vibration. All the great people in the world, even in the holy books, even now, they say Elon Musk, you can go ask AI, go do Google. He doesn't listen to a lot of noise. That's why the rich people be in estates. They want to build on waters. They want to build on hills. They want to isolate. The whole reason is for them to think, for them to isolate when there is less vibration. In slums, it will be very, very, very hard for you to come up with something. That's why they will tell you the rich do this, the poor. That's why, have you noticed, even when you go in a bank, the kind of music that plays there, the vibrations, yeah, it goes, it is slow, it is not with that kind of vibrations. You cannot concentrate. That's why for the people, let me say, who do volcano, people get, because they make the vibration so high that people could be violent. But you cannot play smooth, soft music and people become violent. People just become calmer. There are therapies that are done, therapies, yeah, when they want to talk to people, when they want something to sink in. Have you noticed that even pastors, when they are preaching and they want to, I would say, to manipulate their crowds, what they do, they play soft music as he keeps talking. He talks, but there is the background music. And whenever that applies on all platforms, by the way, there are people who do that on YouTube. There are people who do that on TikTok. That when they are talking like the way I'm talking right now, then you get a sound in the background and you say, they want your head really opens up, and now you're listening and you're concentrating more. But when you cannot tell me, you want to get information and they want that information to sink in, and they put in vibrations that are moving at this pace, it is very hard. So that's where this thing of isolating or getting locked in comes in, that you're not supposed to have that much vibrations. You're not supposed to talk. You can imagine someone talks from morning to evening and they don't have time for themselves. There are lots of things I notice with my life. I noticed in isolation, the other thing that I noticed, I got locked in for 3 years. Even where I am right now, I would say indirectly, I'm still in isolation. Me, I'm telling you the truth. You guys are like family. We are 7 right now. But sometimes me, I can spend like a week. Now, ever since this week started, this week we are in started, I've not gotten a WhatsApp note, someone saying, hi, how are you? Zero. Remember, I have over 5,000 contacts, and I am in over 2,000 groups plus. How many people are those? Too many. But I don't have even a text that says, hello, Anderson, how are you? Zero. So now, because I'm locked in, I understood those things. And then I came out and I'm like, now I have a son. But everything I'm telling you, I'm realizing when I'm locked in, when I isolated, I'm like, now I have a son. What if something goes wrong? What if I die today? How will my son survive? All that is coming in because I am in isolation. I'm locked in. When you lock in, I'm telling you realize things about your life that you didn't even know. And you will change your life and you be thinking straight. It is very important to lock in. The people that I thought, now when I locked in, there are things that I don't visit people. I don't visit people. I don't go out. I don't marry people. I don't go for graduations. I don't do most of these things. I notice in this life, it is only the two of us. It is me and my son. And I realized that when I got locked in, when I isolated all these people, I'm telling you, whoever is watching me here, I swear upon the living God, I'm swearing upon the living God, for my kid to die, I'm very sure, for some of you who are watching, you've not, I've told you, I have over 2,000, over 2,000 groups. I have over 5,000 contacts. Yeah, I've seen here, Heroic Kiria. Yeah, I love such conversation, Papa. This is what we do here. Heroic Kia. This is what we talk about. Me, it is more of empowering. When you move out and then you look at the story, I'm telling you, most of you guys who are here, truth be told, I've met a lot of people, more than you've met in your lifetime. I've talked to people, I'm connected. But I'm telling you, right now, when I isolated, when I was alone, and I thought about my life, I noticed in this life, I have sisters. I'm the only boy in my family and I'm the last born. I've always thought that being the last born and being that I'm the only boy and I only have sisters, they will take care of me. They will, help me here and there. I've raised my son alone since he was 1. Now he's 4. I always keep telling you that Where did all these people I knew go at? Where did they go to? Where? When I looked in, I noticed, oh my goodness, it is only me and my son. Bro, I have people, I know everyone you think, every celebrity in Uganda you would think of. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you. There is no reason for me to lie to you. I can call them and I tell them this is Luce and Anderson, and they would listen to me. I'm telling you the truth. They would listen to me because I've been there, because of my background. But now I'm telling you, I've been on TV for 15 years. Every celebrity you think of in Uganda, I've worked with them. I've worked with them. But when I locked in, when I isolated, I learned that on this planet Earth, we are only two, me and my 4-year-old son. Now you'd ask me how. Let me tell you, even if I was looking for help right now, and because they are not benefiting anything from me right now, or they don't see like I would add value to them right now, they don't see the instance of helping me. People only help you when they know they can get something out of you. But when they realize maybe they can be hoping, you can be there hoping that, you never know, this person might help me. So you'll be there for them. And that's why I kept telling you that people want the winning team. People want to be with people who are winning. If you're not winning, they don't want to associate with you. I learned all these things when I isolated. Immediately when I was done with medical school, I got a job. I never looked for a job. That's why I decided even to quit. After having this isolation, after having this, which I call being locked in, I realized the things, the way you're seeing them is not the way how things are. I'm telling you, right now you could be with that girl, you could be with that boy, you could be having all those friends that you're having. They don't like you. You try, give it a day. Me, I told you, I used to have a bed. I have a bed that I used to love so much. But at least in a week, out of the 7 days, at least I could spend like 3 or 2 days and I just sleep on the carpet. I want to remind myself that things are not okay. We can have the illusion that things are okay because of the vibrations that happen around us. Everywhere you go, it is so noisy, 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 noisy. Have you ever thought why the rich people are always in quiet places? We talked about that. Have you ever thought about it? Me, for some reasons, we don't have a TV at my place. Here, we don't have a TV. I gave out my TV to one of my sisters. I don't have a TV. I don't have hoofers. All my life, I've never had hoofers. Because you have hoofers, you have a TV, you have your phone. All these things are keeping you occupied, that you don't have time to think about your life, even thinking about just your day. Before you go to bed, it is sometimes very important you think about how the next day is going to move. And then you're like, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 7. If I wake up at 7, I'm going to make this call. After making this call, I want this get done. You sleep as you have a plan for tomorrow. But now, because we are so occupied, we have hoofers, we have big TVs, we have our phones, we have these lights, yeah? This is light, phone light. We lose ourselves and we can now no longer think. We've lost ourselves. So before you know it, that's when we wake up one day and we're like, oh my goodness. You just get scared. Hey, guys, do you know I'm 34? Guys, I'm 34. Do you know why you wake up like you've been sleeping and you get scared? You're like, guys, do you know I don't have a land? Do you know, guys, I don't have anything in my name? Hey, do you know, guys? Then you're in a panic mode. Do you know why it happens? Because we've been having these screens. Yeah, I have a screen here, I have a screen here, I have a screen there, I have a screen there, I have hoofers there, I have my boys here. So it's like we've been sleeping. We've been sleeping, and it is the truth. The truth is we are living human beings, but dead. We don't think about our life. So that's why it's important to isolate. Let me tell you, you see that the job you're having is beautiful and nice. Do you see like maybe you want to travel? Do you see like maybe you don't want to leave the country you're in? Let me tell you, try this. I'm not lying. Try this. Wake up one day, be like, today I'm not going to eat food, number one. I'm not going to eat food today. I'm going to be dry for 12 hours. Don't eat anything. Then don't sleep in your bed, that comfortable bed. Don't sleep in your bed. Be like, today I'm going to sleep on this carpet. I'm going to sleep down. Given the fact your bed is there, very beautiful and you love it. Be like, I'm going to sleep down. Instead of sleeping and you cover yourself with your blanket, yeah? Be like you're going to use either a towel or you're going to use just a bed sheet. Sleep there. But when you sleep, switch off all the lights. Switch off everything that has lights, phones, screens, everything with lights. Cover them. If you have a charger that brings out that light, also cover it. Then, remember, I told you, spend 8 hours minus you eating. Now, late at night when you're going to bed, be alone. Switch off all the sound. If the place you're in is so noisy, go somewhere where there is no noise. Be there alone. Think about your life. You will get surprised what you will get to know. You'll be surprised that the things you thought were important are not important at all. The things you thought that they are valuable, they are not valuable at all. That girlfriend, that boyfriend you thought was your alpha and omega, you will notice it is bullshit. You will think things and you'll be like, how did I even reach here? Because you've had a lot of sound. That's why I told you, broke people stay in the slums. In the slums, it is always very noisy. In the slums, it is noisy. People don't think. You cannot be innovative in a noisy place. That's why the rich, when the rich are going to party, they go on the waters. They don't want noise. They go for hiking. They go for those vacations where there are no people. When us, the broke people, we go to clubs, we do house parties, and the more noise we get excited. And we are cutting off part of our lives unknowingly. I'm telling you, give it time. Me, the reason why I'm saying the things I'm saying right now, I swear, it is because I isolated, I locked in for 3 years. So now the way how you guys see things, it's not the way I see things. Where I am, I can spend a day, we can spend like a week minus talking to anyone where I stay. Minus talking. You know, like how you wake up very early in the morning and your neighbor is going to do susu or to take shower? We don't see anyone. There are times when we are here on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm with my son. We don't see anyone. My phone has not called. No one has WhatsApped me. He's on his laptop. I'm on my laptop. I get to think about life. And I'm like, I'm changed. Why am I changed? Because I isolated. And I got the true definition of life and how we are living. Because we keep doing the same thing over and over, it becomes a circle. Me, as I'm telling you, I had very many YouTube channels. So intentionally, we removed the monetization on one, we deleted on this BCM Uganda, we deleted politics and we deleted everything. Yesterday, all my channels were demonetized, all of them demonetized, all of them down. Basically, I'm telling you a story that right now I'm earning 0 shillings. I don't have where I hope to get money. I don't expect any money. I don't have any income, but I'm okay. Do you know why? I'm like, okay, if I'm supposed to be the one and they want to see my face, I'm going to do it. So I want to sort BCM. For the people who love Luganda, the interviews and all the gossip, yes, we have BCM too. We are going to do those things. Yes. Yeah, yeah. For the people who are asking me for that, we are going to do it. Then again, for the people who want to be seeing my son from when he was born to this age, as I told you, I've been with him since he was 1. Now he's 4. We have a channel called Single Daddy. You'll be seeing everything we do, crazy, the bad, the good, and the ugly. You'll be watching. So at the end of the day, I'm okay. I'm like, it is okay with me not to earn anything right now. But I know in 1 year or 2 years, I'll be okay. When I was a little bit younger, you could not tell me those things that, you know what, let's work and in the future we will earn. I could not believe in that. Why? Because I felt like, tomorrow it might even never reach. Let me tell you, tomorrow is going to reach. That is the fact. Tomorrow is reaching. Tomorrow is coming. It is the truth. Tomorrow is coming. So now I'm like, it is okay. They've moved monetization. I'm going to start afresh. I'm not getting right now, but I'm hopeful. And because I have experience and for the things I did, it is okay. But let me tell you guys, isolate. Get time. Switch off all the lights. Take away your phone. Just sit there. Sleep on the floor. Sleep on the floor. Even if you have your beautiful bed. Don't eat for 8 hours. And think about your life. By the time you come out of that, yeah, your life will be different. And now when you make it a norm that at least every week you're going to sleep on the ground and you don't eat for 8 hours until it is late and you sleep on the floor till morning, things are going to change. The way how I see life right now is not the way I saw life before. I told you, me, I don't go for graduations. I don't go for parties. I don't go, the friend has called me, let's go here. I don't. Because I noticed when I locked in, the 3 years I locked in 3 years, man. Do you know 3 years? And in 3 years when I locked in, that's when I realized a lot of things. In those 3 years, remember, I had worked 15 years. I was paying NSSF. Every popular person, every celebrity, I could talk to them, I could chat with them. All the big names, Ivan, Semwanga, Chisimanyaba, all of them, I could contact them. I did nothing with my life. Nothing, totally nothing, zero. Zero, I had nothing. And when I isolated, when I locked in only 3 years, everything changed. I was like, I'm not going back to TV. I will never work for any TV. I made the decision. And guess what? I'm not going back to TV. People are giving me an opportunity. I'm not earning even a penny. I'm not earning a penny, but I'm like, I'm not going back to TV. Even if they are giving me $1 million a month, I'm not going to work. Because now I've spent 3 years thinking about that. What is it I got? Nothing. And now in those 3 years when I isolated, that's how God helped. And I was not even working on TV now. Now I was alone with my son. That's how I happened to buy the small Kalan. That's how I happened to be like, I strategize my life. That's how I was like, let me first build something, even if it is small, let me put up a studio because that will be the one to save me. Because as long as I can come and I talk with you guys here, because now I take you as my friends, I'll be like, I will start from there. Yes, I will not be having cars. I will not be having the best house I want. I will not be having all that, but at least I'll be having a starting point. 15 years I've been working, paying NSSF, paying all the government taxes. I had nothing. But when I locked in, when I isolated, when I knew how broke I am, and I admitted to myself that I don't have anyone in this world. That's when I realized that my son has no one in this world. And if it's not me to be there for him, no one will ever be there for him. And that is it. I learned the hard way, man. That is learning the hard way. I learned the hard way. But remember, no one has talked to me. No one has told me anything, but I'm just alone. I talked to myself. And every day I do that thing. Me, there is a thing, I don't know. I don't know if I can take you there. I can take you if you wish. If you put it in the comment, put in the comment, takers. I built something. It's like a gazebo outside. And I made sure it is very raised. I don't know if you guys have seen it. That at night, when everyone is asleep, I go out there. I go on that gazebo. When I sit there, I see the other hill. I look like this. I keep quiet. As you see me dressed like this, I go up there when I'm alone. I sit. And that is between 4, 5, 3 at night. Between 3, 4, 5. I leave this house. I go in that gazebo. I'm still finishing it. I sit there. And I remind myself of how broke I am. For the people who want to say it, you could put it in the comments and tell me, you go and show us. You just put in the comments, go and show us. Then I'll go and show you. I sit there. I look the other side. I remind myself how broke I am. And I look left. I look right. I look up. I look down. And everyone around me is rich. Everyone around me is rich. And I admit and I accept, yes, I'm the only broke one here. And when I admit I'm the only broke one here, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with it? Then I'm like, okay, I have to work a little bit harder. So I'm like, okay, I might not have whatever I want right now, but if I work at what I'm doing now, in 2 years, at least I'll be there. In 3 years, I'll be where they are. When I was younger, I was working for today. That now I have a son who is 4. I know he will reach 10 years and I will still be here. So what is it I'm doing different? So even me, if I know he's going to grow and he will make 10 years, so at least let me figure out things. When he's still 4, he wouldn't know that we are broke. Because when he wants snacks, we'll get the snacks. The snacks are 500, you can't share it. Those are pennies. But now when he's 7, he would understand. He would know that, daddy, the other people are rich. They have a good house. They have nice cars. They have nice toys. He will be able to judge. He would be able. Now, how do I observe all these things? Because I lock in. So I'm like, okay, now he's 4. Let me work so hard. At least by the time he's 7, 8, 9, at least I would have cleared some of these things. At least he will know. He wouldn't differentiate basically whether we are so broke or the other guys are rich. Because at least they will have a home, we'll be having a home. Maybe they will have a car, we'll have a car. Maybe, at least we'll try to fit in. But all those things, I'm telling you the truth, I only thought about all those things when I locked in. When I locked in, when I isolated, things changed. Things changed. Even if it's getting a girlfriend, me, I calculate everything now. I'm so intentional. That's why I use that word intentional. When I isolated, when I got locked in, I got the value of why whatever I'm supposed to do or whatever I do, I have to have intentions why I do that. If right now I pick up a call and I call someone and I talk to them for 1 hour, I will, before I even make that call, I'll ask myself, how am I benefiting from making that phone call? Why am I calling that person? Locking in, having time to yourself, and you being alone, and you isolate, lock in, and you think about your life, how you're living your life, and how everything is going on in your life. you will come back a different person. If you had your best friend and you've loved him since you were kids, I had my friend I loved so much. It was called Julio. I loved Julio. When we were kids in primary, I was with him. I grew up with Julio. Julio was my boy. I told my sister, this is my guy. Truth is, he was my guy. He was my brother. I lost him. And right now, I feel bad that I lost him. But I learned some things when I got locked in. Being locked in or isolating, no one is going to come and talk to you. It is you talking to yourself, and you're being genuine. You're the judge, you're the lawyer, and you're the convict. And let me tell you, you will judge yourself genuinely. He was my friend. He was my brother. Now, I looked at the things. I was like, what is it that he values in life? The things he was valuing in life, I could not value. The thing he was taking, he wasn't giving much attention. I was giving them much attention. So at the end of the day, we were not as we were when we were young. The ideas he's having right now, they are subtracting. Me, I want to add on. For him, he wants to subtract. For him, he wants to go party. At this time when he's around, he's like, Anderson, we go party. We go look for girls. And for me, I'm like, no, I don't want to go look for girls. I feel like I want to think. I want my kid to be okay in the future. But he wants to go to the club. I'm like, maybe let me read something. I want to read something. For him, he's like, let's go look for girls. And as we used to be 20 years, 25 years ago, is still the way he was after 25 years. And now for me, I'm like, man, no, that was 25 years ago. Man, things changed. Then I started telling me, you know, there are things I read. Can I give you some of the things I read? And I gave him my phone to read some of the things I read. Then I started telling him, you know, you try to meditate, you just be there, chill, think about your life. You could not understand these things. So with all the love I had for him, I was like, not because I don't like him, no, but because I locked in, because I isolated. So now I know what is really important in life and what's not really important. So at the end, we disconnected. I lost him. Not because I don't love him, but what he values in life is basically what I don't value. And what I don't value, he values. Because for him, every opportunity he gets, he would rather have a girl around him to have sex. Now me, even if you take me, I cannot. He would love to go to clubs. I don't want to go to clubs. He would want to fuck around. I don't want to fuck around, you know. So I lost him. And that's what happens. Locking in is now getting to know that you're going to lose some people, even when you love them. Because you locked in, now you know the things that you take important. There are things that you how do they call it? There are things you privatize more. So it was really very bad. But guys, try to lock in. Each time you're getting a lot of noise, left, right, and center, you cannot think. And when you think, you come back and thank me later. This is, you know, when Harold Kia said, "This is I love such kind of conversations, Papa." This is what we always talk about. I just made a decision in 2026 and I was like, this is what I want to do. I want my son to grow up and then he watches these videos and he'll be proud of his dad. I don't want him to grow up and then he'll find out I was doing stupid interviews, I was doing crazy things, and he will not be proud of that. I'm making videos because I noticed I did some videos 12 years ago and people right now are watching them like crazy, like it happened just yesterday. And now I've learned that, you know, whatever we do, it will definitely come back. How will you be judged when your history is brought up? How will you be judged with your history if it is brought up now? I have some friends who have kids who have grown up, and because the internet was there and Facebook was there, so their kids are asking their mothers, and they're asking their mothers, Mommy, what is it you are doing here? And remember, she did all these things before giving birth to these kids. And now they are asking her, and they are mature enough. They are asking things before even they were born. So now I started being even intentional when it comes to social media. What I say, what I do, these things will always come back to haunt us. They will definitely come back to haunt us. Looking, let me tell you, I've seen kids, yeah, I call them kids on social media. They do videos, they say things, they write things. And I'm like, do they have time to lock in? They have time to isolate. They don't. They are busy 24/7. Even by the time they sleep off, they've been on their phone like this. Their brains don't rest. By the time they are scrolling now, they are feeling sleepy, they sleep. When they wake up early in the morning, it is music, and then another guy is making noise, and again, and they're in that circle. I'm telling you, you can be in that circle for 35 years. And when you're 35 years, I'm telling you, brother, sister, the reality will hit in. You will be like you've just woken up. You will know the opportunities that you lost. You will know what you lost. You will know the things you've lost. You will definitely understand the people you let go, but you had a chance with them. You will remember the chances you had with life, but you wasted them. Do you know why? Because now there will not be that sound. You will not have a lot of people around you. This sound will decrease. There is a guy on social media, whenever he's talking, he talks very slowly. He doesn't rush. He says, he keeps bringing points, and he's like, you see, when we were growing up, so one day someone asked him, he's on TikTok, he asked him, why is it that whenever you're talking, you talk on a low note, you're not so loud? He said, you see, when you grow up, you reach a time and now it's not all about making noise. You feel like the point getting there, you don't have to be loud for the point to get there. You don't have to be loud for someone to understand something. No, you understand it when you're growing. So when you grow and you're 35 and you did a lot of mistakes and lost a lot of opportunities, because now you'll be able to listen more and talk less with less vibration, I mean the noises, and less screen. So everything will be able now to digest in when it is fresh. And that is the point, because you did not create that time for yourself. Now, the time will create itself. If you don't change, definitely change will change you. So now, like it or not, that is called nature. It will hit in. When nature hits in, then you will understand these things. So when it is still early and you can lock in, isolate, it doesn't take a whole week, a few hours. Be like today, you wake up, whether it's a Monday, you're like, I'm not going to eat anything. Don't eat anything. Just be there. At night, switch off all the lights, anything that produces light, off. All the sound, off. Whoever is making noise, off. Sleep on the floor. Think about your life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. By the time you come out of that place in the morning, if you have a girlfriend, you would send her away. If you have a boyfriend, you will send them away. If you're having sister, because even the things you thought were not important, you will notice, you will differentiate between what is important and what is not important. And no one would have talked to you. Just you alone. It will be a conversation. You will have a lawyer in you. You will have a judge in you. You will have witnesses with you. All those people in one person. And you will be able to convict yourself minus talking to anyone. It is the best therapy. Michael, yeah, Michael Toba 7704. Go and show us. Go and show us. Yeah, I told you. I said that sometime back. You said go and show us. I'm going to go and I show you. Yeah, Michael, I'm going to show you. I have a place. Even when I'm done here. Today I wanted to work from 9 to like 2 or 3. Today I feel like doing this live that long. But my internet failed me, so I'm using my phone instead of using my laptop. My phone would basically lose battery. My laptop can never. So, of course, Michael, let me go show you. Yeah. Okay. Let's stand up. Let me go show you, Michael. If you've not seen, now this place, even late at night. Yeah. Late at night. I mean, at 3, at 4, at 5. Most of the time, I did this gazebo just for me to meditate, to come. I sit there, I look, I meditate. I think about my life, I think about my son, and I think about that is way better. Hmm? It is way better than someone who is like, it is way better than someone who is like, it's way better than someone who is like, you know what, I'm going to do this. Then there is a lot of noise. Now we are going there. Michael, it's you as you wanted to see. So, Michael, I'm going to take you to this place. I love it so much. I've not yet finished it, but it is one of those places where I go every time, more so if it is at night. Let me first show you some of these. You see, that's my dog there. I love that one. That one, remember, there is this one here. Yeah. So now, let me take you to this place. Don't worry about the darkness as long as we reach. This is where I come almost every night when things are not moving on right. I come, let me change the camera. You see, I've climbed up here. So, uh, you see, I'm able to see when the fireworks were happening. The fireworks was there, somewhere there, up there. I think that is the city. If you can look here, you see, there are those lights there. So I look at the people there, then I look at the people here. If you go the other side, there are people there. So it is like this. So this place is like a tower, but it is a gazebo. So most of the times I come, you see these seats. I know there is no light, but this is where I sit and I have another seat. If you go this side, right now, I know you cannot see properly, but let me show you. There are some guys there. That's another flat. This is a whole bush, like the way you're seeing. There are these people. There are also the other people the other side. So me, what happened? I come here. So let me sit just like how I always sit. I come when I'm alone, when Tyler is sleeping. So I come here like this. Yeah. Then I look at the nature. I look there like this. And then I start thinking about my life. Yeah. It has a very good view, very beautiful view. I start thinking about my life and I'm like, what if this goes wrong? What if, you know, a day happens and then Maybe I leave my son. How will he be? Then I think of the kind of friends maybe I was making, and I'm like, is it really adding impact on me? This gazebo is not yet done. I still need like 1.5 million to finish it. When I finish it at night, we'll be working from here. Instead of being in that studio there, we'll be here. It will be very beautiful. There will be too many lights. Yeah. Too many lights. It will be just like when I'm in studio, but it will be more beautiful. So here I can make noise and I talk. So at night, every night I come here, I just sit here. I'm telling you, as I told you, see this guy, he's rich. He's an importer. That house you're seeing there, it is very beautiful. They are selling it, by the way. They're selling it 800 million shillings. It's a very beautiful house. It's for Indians. There is another one the other side. There are some whites. Then it is a beautiful place. So now among all these people, I know maybe I'm the brokers, yeah. But what is it that I'm supposed to do with it? Then I think about it. When I sit here, I think about life and I become realistic to myself. I be realistic to myself that you know what? Now you see if because there are no lights, I'm still making it. I will make it. So you see, yeah. So it's a gazebo that we are making. Maybe when all works out nice, we will get the money, we will finish it. And when we finish it, this is where we'll be working. So now we are going back the other side because this side is dark. But hopefully, if I get the money, we'll put power there, it will all be lighted. Yeah. So if I'm here, let me switch the camera and see if you can see it. You see it? Yeah, it is like that. Down there, I have my bike, which I charge for myself. Then me, I sit up there. Then I get that view. So me, I be up there and I can get that view. That view is very beautiful. Even when we were getting this place, when I saw the view, I was like, oh my goodness, I love this. There are other guys there. That one, that house you're seeing there, that is an afande. The other one, they are trying to roof. That's for some white guy who is married to a black girl. And I love this spot also. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. So now let's go back inside. So I go there when I'm alone. Even when I get down here, I will go there. I think about my life and I don't try to lie to myself. I don't lie to myself. I tell myself the truth that you know what? Things are not good with me. So because I admit that things are not good with me, then I have to look for solutions. I don't know if my battery is okay. It's on 15. Yeah. So I don't lie to myself. Yeah. Let me see here what is happening. Okay, let me see here. Why is it losing? Okay. So I don't lie to myself. I get to know the facts and I'm like, that is me. So me here, it is a reality talk, no lies, no no adding in more soup and yeah. So guys, lock in. So me, the things I've learned when I'm alone, man. There are a lot of things I've learned when I'm alone. And I think no one can change me about those things because they basically help me. They basically help me. My internet has really not been good today. I don't know why. but it will be better. I want to get I wanted to get Simba or Savannah, but because I stay where I stay in the bushes. So now I wonder why this one is not adding on. Internet is off, so I'm looking for it because this is the computer that I have to monitor myself to see if everything is going on very well. So here it is showing me it's not having internet. So I've gotten it. So this is our live. So I'm back to our live. Having internet. So yeah. So the live is back. It can show me that we good. Yeah. So guys, that is it, man. That is it. I think maybe you learned something, one or two or three. If you learned something, I felt this live. I wanted to go for like 5 hours today, but it is absurd that really internet treated me not good, which is okay. But let me see what time is it. It's 11:22. Yeah. So guys, for those who missed, by the way, today we're talking about you isolating yourself, thinking about your life instead of you being among the actors. Then get out and be among the viewers. And you see, when you are when you're out and you're watching that movie, you'll get to know. You will get to know the people you think that love you, they don't basically love you. They don't like you. I told you, I have over, altogether, I think I have over 10,000 contacts in my phone. But I really know that if something went wrong, no one will be there to save me. That's why I also use that word. I use be intentional. No one is coming to save us. It is supposed to be us, man. So what is it that you've done with your life? You know, people want to associate with winners. What is it you're doing with your life that you're adding value? Instead of being in that relationship and spending a lot of time and energy, what if you build, you add skills to yourself, you learn something new? When you're in a crowd, yeah, when you're in a crowd, you're very many, you're having fun because you're in a crowd, yeah. But when you're alone and you're in your bed and things are not working out, that's when you realize. I told you when criminals, when you're convicted, they take you to a prison, and when you go to a prison, they try to isolate you. When they isolate you, then you come to what we call self-realization. In the holy books, all the holy people, they isolated. All the rich people isolate. They lock in. All the bright people, people who discover things that we are using right now, like, you know, the bulbs, the traffic lights, they isolated, they locked in. So who are you that you don't know, even you've not figured out your life and you don't want to isolate? Isolate, man. Lock in, man. For the people who have commented today, I'm excited. I feel good that you guys have commented. It gives me that thing that, you know, some people are always there. I always want to interact. That's why I decided to put up this channel. And I'm like, you know what? This time around, I want to talk. I want to add value. I want to add value to people that even when my son grows up, he will watch these videos. Maybe when he's in trouble and he's like, what is it that dad would do? I would have made a video for him. Yeah. So it is intentional. For the people who missed a lot, yeah, you should go and start the video when it started. You're going to have something to learn and it will change your life. That I can assure you. When I raised my son, most of the people used to say that I cannot raise my son because they thought maybe I was drinking a lot. Maybe they thought, you know, I'm a careless dad. Maybe they thought a lot of things and they thought maybe I can't do it. He was 1 year. I'll be giving you a channel called Single Dad. You'll be seeing those videos. I'm going to put them there. You'll be seeing them. Everyone thought I wouldn't. Even me, I thought I wouldn't. But guess what? I did it. I did it. And I'm still doing it. And there is nothing in this life, by the way, that can separate me from my son. If it means not getting married, so be it. So be it. If it means not getting married, so be it. I will not get married. Yeah. If it will bring to the well-being of my son, I will do it. I didn't grow up with parents. The only thing that I loved in life was to get married and to have a family, to have a mom, a dad, and kids. Yes, things did not work out. But when things didn't work out, I was like, I have to be with my son. At least most of the people always keep saying that what I didn't get is basically what I want to give to my son. Yeah, that's what I want to do with him. I want to be with him, man. We cook food every day. I wash for him. I clean him. I bath him because he's my responsibility. And that is my obligation. Yes, there are opportunities that I miss out, but I'm like, that is my task and that I have to fulfill. I have to fulfill. I don't know what time is it. Okay, 11:26. My battery is on what percentage? 12. Yeah. So it's really been beautiful, guys, having you. The internet really didn't do me well. I don't know why. I should try out something. Yeah. Should I try out something? Let me try out something. Let me see if I can add on this live. Yeah. Let me see if I can add on this live. But this one, when I'm ending it, it brings end. Okay, let me try this. Let me try this as we are coming to an end. But if you feel like you love the content, yeah, you can go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification button. That is my WhatsApp number. Of course, it is on. Let me try to do this. I'm going to try out something. I want to see if I can switch from phone to laptop. Yeah. Let me see if it can happen. Let me see if it can happen. If I do it, this will be very beautiful. I've done it before. I don't know if right now I can do it. I'm going to go live again. But this time around, I'm going to use my laptop. Let me just see how it can really work out. Yeah, sound clean, 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 everything clean. Recording original sound. Yeah. Now noise reduction, nice, is also off. So let me go live and I see if I will get off the phone and straight out join with the computer. One, if you feel like you love the video, I'm going to try out something new. For the people who missed, I can see some of you have just arrived. If you love the video, you can go ahead and subscribe to the notification button that each time we come to you, among the first people to watch. I've talked about a lot of things. You go ahead and start the video from when it started. I swear upon the living God, it's going to change your life. Yeah. So now I'm trying out something. I want to see if the internet is okay. Now we are using my phone, but now I'm going to switch on laptop. I'm going to just hit go live and I see if it can switch. So counting on 1, 2, 3, go. So let me see. If it fails, well and good. If it works, beautiful. So I've gone live. So I'm monitoring myself on this computer here. So let me see if it's going to change. Let me see if it's going to change. If it changes, then I will be super, super excited. Let me see if it will work. Because if the internet is good, yeah, the internet is good. It is showing me like internet is really beautiful. Let me see if it's going to fade this one and then bring in the other one. So now I'm playing because we've come to almost the end, though I wanted us to work 5 hours. So the 5 hours didn't really do because the internet wasn't cool. So I've done something. I want to see if it's going to change now. I want to see if it's going to change now. So what should I do? Let me see. Let me be like ending this up. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Let me see. Okay. Let me say, okay. So let's see. Let's see what happens.